Atheists are only atheists because someone or something tied to organized religion hurt them. 15 conflicting opinions about religion of r/unpopular opinions. Religion is just a fake moral compass for dull people. The Bible was written as an early set of laws to help keep people civil when people were too stupid to think for themselves. What better way of controlling people than taking advantage of the finality of death? Same concept goes for any other religion, just a different interpretation. All religion has done is cause arguments and war. God isn't real, heaven and hell isn't real. When you die it's just like it was before you were born. Nothing. You can absolutely have a purpose in life without religion. Pew Research recently indicated that only 65% of Americans are identified as being Christian. I see a bunch of madness on social media saying that because this is the lowest level ever recorded in American history, that we must be losing our purpose or our sense of direction. Let me make myself entirely clear, you can absolutely find meaning in life exclusive from all theistic belief systems and cultures. Albeit from career expansion, traveling, and just about anything else. Religion is awesome. Alright, I've seen a lot of crapping on religion lately and it's time to clear some things up. Religious people don't believe in a flying spaghetti monster. Arguments for God should get deeply philosophical. Science and religion do not conflict. This means if someone defends flat earthers, anti-vaxxing, anti-evolution, etc. with religion, they're full of crap. Fun fact, the Big Bang Theory was formulated by a Catholic monk. Not all religious people are blind followers or sheeple. A lot of us wrestle with it every day. Bad religious people do not negate the legitimacy of religion, nor are practicing religious people responsible for the sins of other practicing religious people. There are legitimate ways of disagreeing with religion without being a jerk. God, at least the Judeo-Christian God, is not observable through the scientific method because God is not a part of the natural world, which is what science deals with. This is not in conflict with the prior statement about science and religion. It is compatible. Religion creates a basis for good morals. If a religion does not do this, you should debate that and not simply disregard religion as a whole. Free will is a thing. God is not an evil dictator that pushes bad things on you. We as humans can allow bad things to happen, that's not God's fault. That's actually a sign that He loves us. These are the most common things against religion that I see. I'm sure a lot of people will have a lot of objections to my thoughts, but I thought this all needed to be expressed. It's sad and intellectually dishonest every time I see someone disregard religion as stupid because it's not that simple. Never has been. Religion isn't real, it's just a belief that allows humans to come to terms with their own mortality and gives their lives a sense of purpose. There is no such thing as God and there is no heaven or hell. People take this way too seriously. Religion itself is just a way for us to feel like life has meaning. Like, if I work hard and do well for myself and others I can make it to heaven. In reality when you die, your body decomposes and that's it. Death feels exactly like it did before you were born, nothing. I think people should believe in what they want to believe but let's not take it so seriously, like, having sex before marriage means you're not going to heaven? Eating pork means you've made God unhappy? Not taking part in religious ceremonies means I'm going to be punished by God in the afterlife? Respectfully, it's all BS. We should not persecute or harm other humans because they don't believe in the same ideology which you do, which is just an ideology and has no truth or backing to it, other than blind support from others. Stop blaming religion for everything wrong in the world. Everyone getting wrapped in hating Christians and saying Christians were and still are the worst people. That's just not accurate. You can't make a blanket statement over an entire religion because of a post you see on Reddit. It's ludicrous. I've been going to church for so long and have met so many great people. I worked with the fire department doing food drives, helped youth escape on youth nights with games and activities, and those kids aren't only Christian kids. What I'm doing is what the majority of churches are doing, but that won't hit the headlines. Salvation Army is another charity with Christian roots. Recently they started focusing on helping the LGBTQ, I believe. Our doctrine is to help and love, and those who aren't can't claim to be Christian. Religion isn't the opiate of the masses, and you aren't any smarter or more enlightened because you are an atheist. You are just as smart as the next guy, and talking bad on religion doesn't mean you are a better person. Genghis Khan conquered and ruled not because of religion. Alexander the Great didn't conquer because of religion. Religion accounts for about 6 to 7% of all wars in human history. Is there persecution from Christians? Hell yes, the Crusades, the witch trials to name just two. Christians, any religion really has horrible moments in history. But religion isn't the reason for everything wrong in the world. The reality, simple and true, is that people are bad. We will use whatever excuse we can to do bad things to each other and take whatever power we can get our hands on. You can see this happen everywhere throughout all of history. Not just the places that have religion. Worse, Reddit just seems to recycle the same 10 to 15 posts about religious people being crazy. It's exhausting seeing people lose their minds over the same things over and over. Now please, for the love of God, understand I'm not saying that everyone has a good experience with religion, because it's just obviously not true. Christians, Muslims, and Hindus can be an extremely oppressive group. My wife was a Mennonite before she met me, and her family life was horrible. So don't think I can't see the harm a religiously fanatic family can do. But I know they don't represent religion as a whole. Because I don't associate millions with my experience with a couple bad people. Just stop blaming religion when you should be blaming people. Christians don't hate science, we don't hate progress or vaccines or anything like that. But since Reddit is constantly posting the same Christian moms against vaccines over and over, people begin to associate a small group of people with everyone. It's dangerous thinking. That's only going to unite the people you hate closer together. I'm going to get hate for this, and I don't really care. People need something to latch onto and hate, because it helps make sense of the world. Why is the world such a bad place? Blame religion, that way you feel like you know the reason, and can be comforted knowing that you aren't contributing to the problem. When in fact being atheist doesn't mean anything more than that you are hating a different group for different reasons. It's been happening all of human history. If everyone became an atheist today, just snapped their fingers and faith was gone, do you really think people would suddenly become great people? That there'd be no crime, no hate, no murders? That's absurd. Religion is neither bad or good, it all depends on people who worship it. I'm sure it's quite a common view on other social media but wildly unpopular on Reddit, so yeah. A lot of people here seem to think that religion is an absolute evil, and I'd like to disagree. It unifies people, which can be both amazing and terrible in results. A religion formed of evil people will do much more evil than these individuals would do on their own. However, if there's a lot of great people worshipping a religion, they'll cause a lot more good than each one individually. Same goes for priests, pastors, etc. Selfish, bigoted ones can cause crusades or cover up pedophilia, but good ones can cease conflicts or make Catholic Church the biggest charity organization in the world. I hope you understand what I mean. English isn't my first language. Religions are just cults society accepts, and the world would be much better off without them. I honestly think religion has hurt humanity more than it has helped it. The amount of bloodshed in human history spilt in the name of someone's god is absurd. Entire histories lost to crusaders who raise an entire civilization and all their records. A lot of old technology and practices are lost to us. There would be one less idea that divides us, and people can't back up their bogus thinking with "it's my religious belief," or who use it as an excuse not to do their jobs. We have politicians who base their policies on their religious beliefs when not everyone shares that view. It's ridiculous to make decisions for countries using your beliefs as a basis. It should not come into play. I understand not all religious practitioners are overzealous and extreme, but I think a lot of the world's problems would be solved if religion didn't take part. Ethics, morals, and sometimes religions, are stopping us from becoming more successful, objective beings. We always want to do what seems right, but not what will probably lead to the best outcome. The ethical thinking that we are taught since an early age is preventing us from reaching our objectives. I'll give you an example. Imagine you're a young woman, and get an unwanted pregnancy. You don't have the money to maintain the baby, and having it could lead to serious economic problems. You could have an abortion, but your human and mother instinct will tell you that's wrong, because you're killing a human being or something along those lines. This is one of the most common arguments against abortion. But the way I see it, an abortion is clearly the best solution. Just kill the fetus and that's it. It's not your life, nothing's gonna happen to you. We worry too much about what will happen to others because of our actions, but selfish thinking is probably the best way to succeed in life. If people focused more on getting what they want, and not about the morality of their actions, then they would probably be more successful in different aspects of their lives. There's no good or bad in the world, we decide what we think is right or wrong. You could become rich by selling drugs and indirectly ending people's lives through addiction and overdoses. But everyone will tell you it's wrong just because they feel like it is. I don't have much to say about religion, because if lies make people happy, then just let them be. But religion also tries to teach you what is right or wrong, and what you have to do to achieve happiness. It tells you how to live an average life. It doesn't tell you how to become a multimillionaire and get everything you've ever wanted. Bashing religion isn't cool or edgy. It's just messed up. This is something that I see frequently pop up on the popular section of Reddit, which leads me to believe this opinion is quite unpopular amongst the community. However, bashing religions just for the sake of bashing them does not make you cool. It makes you come off as a prick and nuts about it. I understand having and believing a certain religion has flaws, and that is fine. However, bashing their God, bashing the people, and etc. is uncalled for. People that believe X are stupid. Your God is messed up. Religion is stupid. Etc. etc. What's the point of these posts, and what are they going to accomplish other than putting people down? People have a reason for their beliefs, and even if what they believe is not true, if it helps them get through life as long as they aren't harming anyone, why the hell should you care? Basically, I understand thinking there's certain issues and flaws within certain religions, and that is understandable. However, when people almost make it personal and talk it down on religion just for the sake of it, there is a problem. Preaching atheist beliefs is every bit as annoying and unwanted as pushing religion on people. Just because you repeat the phrase "there's no quantifiable proof that God exists" doesn't mean anyone wants to hear about it. There's an equal amount of proof that God does exist, and it doesn't make you sound smarter to keep repeating the most woke statement over and over. It makes you sound like a parrot or a sheep. Just like you like to accuse religious people of being. Unsolicited advice is just that. No one wants to be lectured regardless of your belief system. Religion is false hope. I was born and raised a Christian and went to church every Sunday. But as time passed on, I began to start having questions about my religion that could not be answered apart from that faith. I began looking into other religions, yet I fell into the same rut of having unanswered questions and logic that could not be solved. Don't get me wrong, religion is a great thing regardless of being real or not, as it has definitely changed people and society for the better as a whole. Every religion has been proven wrong by science in one way or another. Christianity, for example, cannot explain the Big Bang, as it goes against everything the Bible says on how the world came to be. Earth is a speck of dust in a vast space. We are absolutely nothing in this universe, nor are we alone in this universe. Yet somehow these gods have only created us. Religion is false hope. It gives something to people to believe in and makes death less scary. It's an incentive to be a good person, or bad, for a reason none other than you are serving someone or something. The way your religion makes you feel at peace, at home, or you have a purpose. It's human nature to follow a path or a leader, as it's a place to look to when you don't know where to go. Religion makes the world less gray, but all in all I still believe it's simply false hope. Atheists are only atheists because someone or something tied to organized religion hurt them or someone they love. Simply put, atheists are people who have become disconnected from spirit, for one reason or another. Usually that reason has something to do with organized religion. Atheists will find myriad ways to defend their irrational, scientific worldview, as will be evidenced in the comments below, but they fail to appreciate the universal nature of duality, how science and spirit are actually two poles of the same thing, and you can't have one without the other. I'm not making a judgment about one being better than the other, just that they naturally coexist. I can appreciate the agnostic point of view, but to be an atheist, well, unfortunately, I believe, you're just missing out on a big part of life. If you can't separate your personal beliefs from your professional responsibilities, you should not work in healthcare. I'm a nursing student at a Catholic college, and we are not allowed to teach patients about birth control in clinical under any circumstances. One of the hospitals we do clinical at is also Catholic affiliated, and the entire hospital staff is not allowed to teach about or prescribe birth control. In lecture about birth control medications, we were taught how to handle a situation in which a patient requested birth control or abortion services if we weren't comfortable giving it. I feel like if you can't separate your personal beliefs and religion from your ability to perform responsible, successful, and beneficial patient care, then you should not be working in healthcare. This includes birth control, transgender healthcare, etc. It directly impacts the patient's ability to receive proper care, and patient care should always come before personal conflict. Suicide rates are up because religion is down. Religion isn't just believing in a magical wizard that created the earth. It's about giving your life purpose beyond your own perspective. It also helps give reasons not to do evil things to others. You don't need to pick a club, Christianity, Islam, etc., and you also don't need to obsess over it. It's just about having faith in something to stop your life from feeling pointless. If more people believe that there's no reason why we are alive, then of course more people are going to want to quit life when things aren't working out. I don't believe in God, but I believe in a higher power, and I believe there's a greater meaning to the things we do, beyond what they are worth to us. Find something that makes sense for you, a purpose for why life exists. It can be anything as long as you believe it and it can't be disproved to you. It'll help guide your life and the decisions you make. A religion is a successful cult. A cult is an unsuccessful religion. In fact, most religions started off as cults. Christianity was referred to as a cult back in the days of the Romans, for example. It's only when it became big and powerful that it reached the status of proper religion. This seems to be the case every time. The moment any cult becomes very big and powerful, it reaches the status of religion. Unless it pisses too many people off and makes too many enemies, in which case it can be referred to once more as a cult, because public perception makes it so. Thanks for listening to Radio TTS. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell for more videos. Click the right box for the Radio TTS playlist and let us know what the next video should be about.